Hey, before we jump into the video, I wanted to let you guys know about the 2021 Players Challenge DCDB Invitational being held on Saturday, November 13th. I will be streaming this tournament live on Twitch. We will be having a couple giveaways for everyone watching. Some of the best DCDB players over the past year have been invited to this invitation-only tournament so that they can play for cash prizes. So come over, watch, have a good time, and you could win yourself some money. Welcome to the season 22 update. My name is Johnny Busket. Thank you guys for watching. Just to jump right into it, there's a few updates that shouldn't take very long. There's not much to really dive into, but there are some interesting changes. Links in the description if you're looking for how to join the Tabletop Simulator mod and play some DC Deck Builder online through Steam. Link in the description if you're trying to learn how to use the database, where you can look up cards, look up statistics on cards. All that good information is right down there in the description. Now, we only have one update this time around, and that is card errata. So card errata is when there are changes to the text on a card due to misprints or to clarify translation or wording, or even just to adjust game balance. Cube is now instituting some errata into the main deck. Their goal in doing this was to help clarify card interactions that may have caused some confusion in the past. Some examples include the block cards that have been added to Cube over the last couple seasons, the supervillain attacks that will result in a weakness if you fail to defend or subject yourself to the attack, and finally just cards that would normally target a single player, whether an attack that does that or cards that say you may target any player. I flashed some examples up on the screen of those cards for you guys, but the full list is available on the DC Deck Building database. The link is in the description as well. Now for MC changes. There was one banned MC, and that is Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is no longer available for play. I think the issue with Dr. Fate was how long this MC takes to use. You kind of end up playing what people like to call solitaire. And you're just getting power, you're drawing cards, or if you're not doing that well, then you're probably just slowing down the game and just not doing great either way. So the MC has been removed. You can no longer draft him at tier 3. Now for the tier changes. In tier 1 we have nothing. No one has moved up, no one has moved down. These are exactly the same, for better or for worse. So no changes there. But over in tier 2 we have a rescue mission. Some people have been asking for a Joker MC to be added into the cube, and now we have one. Joker 9 from Rivals 1 has been added. At the end of your turn, you draw an extra card if you bought or gained one or more non-kick superpowers during your turn. So he is the direct opposite of the Batman that was added at tier 2, where you get an extra card for buying equipment. So he is available now. In the test games we played up into the actual update coming out, I've seen games where he completely popped off with like Superman, for instance. I've also seen a couple games where he didn't do anything. As most of you know, there aren't as many superpowers in the main deck as there are other types. So this will be hit or miss. There are some really good superpowers though. So if they are coming out and you do get your hands on them, you're gonna have some defenses, gonna have some attacks available. You're gonna have some really high power destruction cards. So yeah, you have options. It's just about them showing up in the lineup and you being able to grab them. So good luck with that. But it is great that we have a Joker now in the cube, and I'm sure he'll be getting plenty of play. Other changes at tier 2. We have a couple cards that have come down from tier 3 and into the tier 2 category. One being Golden Glider. Glider, if you think back when teamwork was actually a thing, was really strong and was held at tier 6 for forever, right? That has steadily moved down season by season due to the lack of play and really lack of effectiveness. So with her being at 2, I think we're going to see her getting more play now that she can be partnered up with a few different things. It's going to be good to see her around more. I have a team I tried with her, and you know what? It was pretty fun. It was slow. I'm not going to lie. It was slow in the test game I played, but it was fun. So I will be testing out Glider, and I'm sure some of you will do the same. The other card that has moved down from tier 3 is Ozzy. Ozzy is now tier 2 as well. I've seen an interesting team that Bladecom used just yesterday with Ozzy. So I'm sure you guys are thinking some stuff too. I know off rip people are thinking, oh, we already had Ozzy St. Walker. I'll just add a 1 on that. No, you won't. No, you won't. I'll tell you why in a second. Tier 3 has some increases and one decrease. So we can just start off with the decrease right away. Bane, the promo card for Forever Evil, has been moved down from Tier 4 to Tier 3. Once upon a time, when Phantom Girl was a thing, this guy was completely outrageous. I figure he can still be effective to a degree, especially with Deathstroke being a 2. You guys will think of something, and I'm sure he'll get some play as well. But glad to see he's down and able to get a little more use out of him. Now for increases, as most of you have guessed, Black Adam is now a 3. He had his season last season, and we got to have a ton of fun with him in season 21. He is now out of Tier 2 and a little harder to use again. I'm not sure if nostalgia for season 21 will force anybody to try to draft him again in this season, or if there'll be any effective team. I haven't really thought about that much. But yeah, your Black Adam days at Tier 2 are over. Black Lightning is back up. Man, I enjoyed him being a 2. I never really even used him like that, but to see him getting so much play was really fun. And him being in Cube and being something that was effective was really nice. I don't even know if he was overpowered, to be honest, at Tier 2, but it was just a really good option to have. The couple times I did play with him, really fun MC. Like, you get the discard cards to pick up somebody or discard. That is a fun mechanic. But he is now Tier 3. Gorilla Grodd has moved up to Tier 3 as well from Tier 2. This one I didn't quite understand, with Chameleon Boy being a 2 already and he's still a 2. Grodd was always my favorite out of the 2 options. Whether it was between Grodd and Chameleon Boy, I would always want Grodd. But it felt like, for the most part, others favored Chameleon Boy. So Grodd going up was peculiar to me. We will see how that fares for the season, and if Grodd gets any play. I thought of a couple things, not sure if it'll be worth it actually, pursuing that. But yeah, I might just go with Chameleon Boy at 2 instead of going for Grodd at 3. But that's just me. Killer Frost. She is a 3 now as well. I will still be using her. She was just really fun with Deathstroke, man. And even with her going up and taking away the option of having a 3rd Tier 2 card, that Deathstroke Killer Frost is something else. And finally, we have Simon Baz. He's the last one to be moved up from Tier 2 to Tier 3. He started off as a 2. Has always been a favorite at 2. Went up to 3. Got a lot less play. Went back to 2. Was absolutely loved again. And now here he is back at 3. So, but he's still just such a great card. I don't know. I'm sure some people will be teaming him up with Animal Man or something like that. But yeah, Simon Baz back at 3. That is all of your changes for Tier 3. We have a couple in Tier 4. So there's no decreases. We just had a couple cards go from Tier 3 to Tier 4. And that is Aquaman returning back to Tier 4 and Saint Walker. Saint Walker up from 3 to 4. There was a couple changes. This in Grodd I just completely didn't understand. But it's just not having the information or not knowing like what was the discussion around it. So I'm sure there's a reason. But for me, I don't know. Like, Saint Walker at a 4, he already didn't get much play at 3. So now he's a 4, and I guess it's just that Ozzy Saint Walker thing. Ozzy went down, so Saint Walker goes up. So yeah, if you were thinking you're gonna add a 1 to that team, now that Ozzy's a 2, not happening. Saint Walker is a 4. Now for the final MC change, that is Wonder Woman at Tier 5. I don't know. I don't even believe she got much play this past season being a Tier 4. I did see some people early on playing her with Zatanna and some other card just so they can get the confrontation effect. But yeah, she's a 5. She's a 5. If you thought it was tough using her at 4, it's definitely going to be tough now. I guess maybe just with Zatanna, which is still a really great effect. So let me not downplay that effect. Having Zatanna's second ability just on hand whenever you play a hero is really cool. And Wonder Woman is really strong if she's too low of a tier. So let me not even downplay the decision too much. But she is a 5. So there you go. That does it for all of our MC changes. We have 1 ban, 1 addition, and a handful of changes as far as tiers go. Let's move over to these main deck changes. So the deck is still $395, but we did have some things added. We did have some things taken out. Let's start with our additions. Emerald Knight is back. So that's great. If you guys missed him from the older Cube seasons, he is back. That's a great card for those of you that are going to be playing Golden Glider. You definitely want to get your hands on that. Geokinesis has been added. That's another way to get rid of some ongoing cards from your opponents. This is one of the cards that did receive Errata. The text has changed a little bit just so you understand this attacks all of your foes. Gotham City Docks has been added again. It is an ability where you can add cards with cost 6 or less from the lineup to the bottom of the main deck and replace it. Really great card when you're looking for something special. You just want to be able to filter out some of the trash in the lineup. So glad to see that back. Kryptonite. Attacks did seem much weaker in Season 21, so they are getting a buff. We have another attack added. 2 Kryptonite cards. Weakness gaining is back. Oblivion Bar was added. We now have another ongoing defense card. It works similar to Wonder Woman Shield, where you discard a card from your hand that has cost 1 or greater to avoid an attack. That being said, that leads us to our cards that were removed. Wonder Woman Shield has been removed along with Samurai Armor. So 2 options for ongoing defense are gone. I did like the option of having both Samurai Armor and Wonder Woman Shield over the past few seasons of them being together. But it did seem a bit redundant. I guess it just depended on what engine you were running, which one you'd rather have. And, you know, both of them are gone now. So you only really have Oblivion Bar when it comes to discard ongoing defense. Trash Hole has been moved as well. A favorite with mostly everybody. That one is gone. Lasso of Lightning had its shine for a little while. It is gone as well. Cosmic King, love this card, especially when it shows up in the lineup right when you need it. That is gone. And Captain Boomerang Jr. is no longer in the main deck as well. Finally, we have our supervillain changes. There's only one change, and that is the baby Cheshire being removed. Impossible Mode Cheshire is still in there. This one is gone. Once again, I don't have the reasoning for it. I haven't talked to anyone about it, but I would totally get it as far as redundancy goes. Not sad to see her go whatsoever. Goodbye, Cheshire. I do like the fact that the supervillains seem way more punishing nowadays. So I guess it's just a step in that direction. So that's awesome. That is it for all of our Season 22 changes. Like I said, it was short and sweet. I do feel like the cube is in a really great place over the last few seasons. And this was just a way to make some minor tweaks. Hopefully this will shake things up for us right before the Invitational. Hope to see you guys there in the Twitch chat. I'm going to be doing a couple giveaways for you guys during the live if you guys are watching. So please come in and watch. And I will catch y'all then. Peace.